Hi everyone, it's Phil Earl again. Haven't done an update on the Moto product in a while, not since we've created Meeper, and I wanted to introduce you to Meeper and see what your thoughts are. So Meeper is our mascot. Think of the Carfax Fox, and this is the Meeper Roadrunner. And if your bike is up to date on maintenance, you're going to be Meeper certified, and if not, you're going to be Meeper needs work. So let's take a look at how this works. I'm going to log in as myself. Oops, there we go. And if you recall, we're going to get the command center at the start. So this is going to have all my bikes, and you've seen, or cars and bikes. And so now I've got two classifications here: Meeper certified and needs work. The maintenance that's coming up on the left and the active fleet on the right. So let's go look at the active fleet. Oh, looks like I have to, oh, this is the new bike. I've got to go in and update the odometer. Okay, in the fleet, we will go for the 2016 BMW R1200 GS. Let's take a look at everything going on here. If you recall, so that I'm Meeper certified because everything's up to date. The scheduled maintenance, if you remember, this all comes in from BMW and it's updated based on the service history and on the mileage. So I've recently updated the mileage to 39,947, and that has pushed the next service into range. So it is now due soon. So this is going to start sending me a reminder every now and again to do the work. And if you recall, I'm going to mark that as complete. And when I mark it as complete, it's going to create a service history record for me. And we've divided this up, we've cleaned this up a little bit. So I've got all service history in here, whether it was scheduled maintenance, repair maintenance, tires, or aftermarket goodies that we may have bought for the bike. So we can track everything here. And let's go down and look. I've been buying a lot of tires for this bike. I don't know. It's driving me nuts. Anyways, remember, I can go in here and put in a repair, for example. I've got a copy of the invoice. I've got the mileage. Done a ride now Chandler, cost me $671.98. So that's one way I can do services by doing it well, that one was done by dealer. I can also just do it myself. If I wanted my dealer to do the next round, my dealers go easy. I would just go in here and request service, and I'm going to email them. And what's going to happen in here is it says, what's due soon is your engine oil filter. Yeah, that's what I want them to do. Do you want anything else? Just check the box. You're going to tell them when you want the service done. I'm free next Wednesday, your phone number, and it comes over automatically. And then, hello, Go AZ. I want to book my bike. Here's the info of the bike. Here's the work that you need done. Here's your preferred date, best way to reach you, blah, blah, blah. Everything that they need in order to get this going in their system. So you're going to send an email off to them. See if you're not going to do the work yourself. If you are doing the work yourself, you might want to shop for some parts. We won't shop for tires because I've been buying tires like crazy lately. It's driving me nuts. So let's just go look for some other things. Let's go get some oil filters, and you can shop Amazon here if you like. Get the filters that fit. And I can also go, if I wanted to, I could go to Revzilla, Cycle Gear, J&P. We put all the documents now in one place: documents, manuals, insurance, and videos. So bill of sale, warranty, build sheet, title, everything that you want, you put in here. Manuals, owner's manual, warranty guide, anything you want from a manual. Insurance is now in here with a reminder, as always. And as this gets closer to due date, you will be able to talk the flow. So there'll be a request for quote button, and they'll go off to your insurance company to their site, and then any video links. I had to do a clutch lever replacement recently, so I just saved that on here so I know where that is. We put all the photos now into one tab, and we've added two new tabs. We've added incidents, so if something happens, this is the MEEP section. Something goes wrong, you get in an accident. This is where you can record that, and you can log anything that you need. Police reports, accident reports, witness reports, pictures of the damage, appraisals, anything that you need to work with your lawyer and your insurance company to get your car or bike back on the road and up to snuff. Now the good thing is, because you've been taking care of your service history here and you've been logging, your repairs, and maybe you've been logging your aftermarkets, right? I don't have anything in that one, but if I had all my aftermarket stuff, like if I upgraded the exhaust or suspension or something, I need evidence of that. And I have evidence of how much that cost. It would be right there in the service history. Very handy working with your insurance company. And the final thing we've added is the selling tab, because we know that you do occasionally move on, sell your baby for another one, or trade her in. For bikes, I've got a link to Cycle Trader. I'm working with Cycle Trader to bring this value in automatically to get the average listing price. And we'll also get the book value. When you're ready to sell, you'll be able to click this tab here and go right to Cycle Trader and build the start of an ad for you. And then when you sell it, you can hit this transfer bike button, and that transfer bike button is going to create a copy of everything. And if the new owner, you give them a maintenance Moto track by Maintain Moto license, everything transfers in, except your personal stuff, but all the history and the records of the bike go in there. So that is very handy. If they don't have Moto track, it's not a big deal. This will actually just dump it into a record file that they can keep and import into their own system. So that, again, is the basics. There's, of course, always more. For example, right here on maintenance schedule, don't forget that you can export the maintenance schedule to a CSV file. Then you can, if you've got all your records in spreadsheets now, you just populate them into the CSV file. You then import it, and it will bring everything in. You can copy from one vehicle to another, and you can also add tasks. A lot of guys do custom maintenance programs. They want to maybe do their oil changes faster every 3,000 miles or something, or every 6 months, whatever that is. And it's not exactly the specs from the manufacturer, but you want to do this for yourself, or maybe you have a completely custom build and you want to build your own maintenance schedule. You do it here by adding tasks. So that's most of Moto Track. Don't forget that you can also handle vehicles. I've got a couple of mine in here. I've got a Porsche and I've got a Volvo. I need a picture of my wife's Volvo. And it works the same way with those. The only difference is that the vendors are not quite as easy to work with. Their APIs are a little more complex. So you don't have as many options when it comes to buying spare parts. So Walmart for tires, O'Reilly and a few other auto parts dealers have a nice interface. But the nice thing is, if you have a Napa account, we actually tie into the Napa business account. So that's handy for those of you that maybe have a fleet of vehicles, and everything else works exactly the same way. So that's what it's all about. The billing, how much is this going to cost you? Well, I've got a garage of 10, so you can get a package of 2, of 5, 10, or 20 in the garage packs. And when you're logged into the system, you'll see what those are. If you go in there now, you will get a free trial extension. There's a 30-day trial. If you go into it now, you will get what I call a 2 for 3. So you'll be able to use 2 vehicles for 3 months instead of 1 vehicle for 30 days. So very handy. And we're always looking forward to your feedback.